If your garden's starting to look a little tired after all this summer heat and sunshine, don't worry. A few simple tweaks can make all the difference. Without a doubt, watering is the thing that's taken most time this summer. There have been little helpmates around, like this solar-powered watering system. Works with a bucket, and it's kept these troughs here nice and moist. But I always wander around every day with a pair of secateurs and a trug, doing a tweak here and a tweak there, just making sure it looks loved. Why don't you come with me? Don't journey out totally in work mode. Take time to enjoy what you've achieved before as well, like when we're going past the pond, seeing the ducks dabbling away and admiring that new curved path that we put in. It's nice to enjoy things as well and say, you know, that's so much better than it was before. And that way you stay positive rather than, oh, it's just an arduous plod every day. No, it's not. It's a tweak here and there and an admire as well. That looks good. The magnolia now producing buds for next spring. It's always looking forward, gardening. And that's thanks to nature, the fact that that's going to do that, and a bit of gardening as well. Down here, this cottage garden border that we planted up has really put some weight on now. It's beginning to look established. The shrubs are coming up. We've got choisia down there. These achilles are enjoying life. And the annuals that I put in to gap up to give us summer colour, the poppies and whatnot, and the cosmos over there, they're doing really well. And the interesting thing about annuals like that is they love sun and they can cope with heat. They're really good at it. You can't say the same for that cornflower there, which has gone down. I'll take the floppy ones back to about 4 or 6 inches. I'm not cutting them right down to the ground. I'm leaving some stalk behind because then it can sprout from below. You never know. With these, they're unlikely to flower again later in the summer, but it will let them recover and produce some new shoots lower down, which, apart from anything else, will feed the roots. And I think I've got, well, quite a few of those out. I'll come back for the rest. In every garden, as well as the tweaks, there are occasionally big decisions to be made. And this is one of ours. The holly lollipops that divide this part of the garden from the one below are great, but the holly hedge underneath them has suffered. That lump over there has died out completely and been removed. The rest of it now sort of sits there, getting progressively worse. And you get these bite the bullet moment times where you think we've got to do something about that. And we do have to do something about that. We're not quite sure what. And that for me is something which shouldn't be rushed. Don't think, oh, we've got to sort. No, just take your time. I know that's got to come out. Whether or not we replace it with anything big, I don't know, because we might quite like looking through to that second part of the garden underneath the lollipops. Who knows? What does work really well with what's left of the holly hedge are these variegated hostas. What surprises me actually is, in this weather, we always think of hostas being juicy leaved, of course, as loving moisture, which they do. They'll grow on pond edges and in bogs. But once established, they are surprisingly resilient to drought. I mean, look at these beauties. And of course, if the ground is dryish, they're not nearly so likely to suffer from the predations of slugs and snails, which like it cool and damp. So there's the odd hole in these leaves, but not much. Now, hosta flowers divide people. Some don't like them at all and chop them off the moment they start to come up, thinking, I just want glorious leaves. But some hostas are very handsome flowers. Then they fade. If you look at these hosta flowers from back there, they look very pretty. They look like spires. When you see them close to, you can see they've already dried out. So do you deadhead these or not? Well, I'd be really picky, because I would deadhead the ones that look like this, where the flowers have completely gone. But although these flowers have dried, from anything further away than a couple of metres, they actually look quite pretty. So why be too tidy-minded with those? I think they're quite elegant still. So I shall just snip off right the way down these chaps here, which have lost their flowers entirely, and leave the other ones to decorate just a little bit longer. Beyond the hollies, quite a lot's changed in this second half of the garden. And talking about enjoying your achievements so far, I am so pleased with this little sitting area around the old apple tree, you know, where we chopped back the tree a bit, we made a bed, we painted up 2 new Adirondack chairs and surrounded them with flowers. Such a small, simple project, but one which has brought so much delight just sitting here, looking around you, surrounded by the flowers, the bees, the butterflies that they attract, and reminding yourself that gardening's occasionally about sitting down rather than just doing. The rose pergola's looking good at the moment. The roses' first flush is gone, but now we've got clematis keeping them company. I just think they're good mixed together, clematis and roses, because when one's out of flower, the other is probably in flower, and you get a lovely mixture. There's a glorious mixture of roses and clematis here, and you've got to, you know, stop and smell the roses every now and again. They are amazing, aren't they? You just look at them and think, goodness me. Clever bit of construction, and good healthy foliage too. Look at this for a colour. Goodness me. This confection of pale yellow in the centre and flushed with pink around the edges. And on a still day like today, it's warm, it's still. The fragrance is astonishing. And just this rather sort of ethereal look. It's magical, isn't it, that colour? But of course, not all roses stay looking beautiful. They start to go over, and well, that's when you feel you need to do something about them. Now, the flowers have faded, so you take them off. So you go in, you take them off there. But then that means you leave behind quite a flimsy bit of stalk. If you cut them further back, you see that one's already been cut off there. This one needs to be cut off here. Cut back to where the stalk is slightly thicker than that one. There's already a bud coming there, which could give us flowers later in the summer. The thicker the stem you cut back to, the later will be the flowers, but the more of them there will be. So looking at this stem here, don't just snip these off up here to these flimsy stems, which will, go on, you can do it, that's it. You see, what's the point in that? Cut back to one that's about pencil thickness, always just above a leaf, and that will send up a shoot which is more vigorous and capable of producing more, bigger flowers. As you work your way through your beds and borders, you'll find other plants that need fettling as well, like this astrantia here, always susceptible to drying out astrantia, and the flower heads fade to brown. I'll be at it forever if I prune them with the secateurs, so I took the precaution of leaving a pair of shears down here. And with things like this, I want to leave as much foliage as possible, but the flower stems have come up above the foliage, and if you snip them off with the shears, leaving the foliage, that can then photosynthesize and feed the rootstock below, but you're removing all these faded flowers which really do not look pretty. There are seeds on these as well, so if you want to collect seeds of your border perennials, this is the time to do it, when they've ripened. But for now, I'm just keen to smarten them up a bit. You can do this with almost any border perennials that have faded. Tall delphiniums that have gone, lupins that have gone. Use your secateurs for those because they're tall individual stems that you can snip out. But anything else that's gone just like this has gone will benefit from a bit of a haircut. And before you know where you are, what was once a brown area that didn't look very pretty at all, you can snip off. Now this is interesting because we've got lady's mantle in here as well. These lovely lime green flowers, a really good ground cover plant whose leaves hold water like quicksilver, you know, like mercury. They're very pretty when they're lime green, but they fade to this dull brown, and they also then seed themselves around really prolifically. So with these lady's mantle flower heads, whip those off and pull them in, get rid of them onto the compost heap, and then you're reducing its ability to spread where you don't want it, at the same time as making it look rather better. We've also got a lot of shrubs in this garden, some of which will need clipping, but you might as well wait a little bit longer until growth is completely stopped. Then when they're clipped, they stay trim right the way through the winter without growing out yet again and giving you even more work. But the thing I wanted to show you is this lily. Oh my goodness, look at this. Isn't that glorious? Planted from a bulb on this corner, but unfortunately growing out across the lawn. You wouldn't want to clout that, would you, with your mower? Oh, lovely butterfly just come by. 1, 2, 3, 4 flowers there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 flowers on a lily. And spectacular in the extreme. Just don't get the pollen on your clothes. It's a devil to get off. If you do want to get it off, sellotape, wrapped around your fingers, sticky side out, and it comes up. Household hint, you see, as well as gardening. But what this does need is a little extra support to make sure that it doesn't fall any further across that lawn. So a good stout bamboo cane pushed into the ground. Now, I've got to be careful here. I don't want to pull it up too harshly so it looks like a trussed up turkey. I want to check the angle of this cane I'm putting in, which needs to be about there. I'll lower that back down, get this into the soil. That's sturdy enough. Soft twine. There we are. Let's take it from the centre. That's the way it comes. It's fallen apart there below. Leave that where it was and pull twine from the centre, then it comes out without tangling. So the classic way is round the cane into a figure of 8 and then ease that up and in, then make your knot against the stem, tie it off there, secateurs, cut the string like that. Now all this cane up here can come off. The cane's always cut best by a joint, provided your secateurs are sharp. Put it there and it won't crush the cane then. There we are. And now there's no danger of me knocking it over when I come round the corner, particularly with the mower. But what a thing to look at least at the front of the border you can see it really well. But that's the thing when you're going around the garden. Not all about work. It's about pottering, about faffing around and fiddling, and just actually being out here and enjoying the surroundings. And then, when you're done, popping back for a cup or a glass of something. More than 175,000 people have now subscribed to the channel, so I just wanted to say thank you. We're working hard to bring you the best possible content that we can, so if you haven't yet subscribed, please do. There's plenty of room for us all in the garden.